South Korea Today is brought to you by your Northern Ohio Honda dealers.
And here's a live look at the cauldron burning at Olympic Park in Pyeongchang. Now, with the 14-hour time difference, the opening ceremony is actually finished and the games are underway.
Our Will Ewick is live there right now with a story about a person who worked to make that show great. Will, good Saturday morning to you.
Thank you. Good Friday evening to you guys. That cauldron actually just behind me, the Olympic rings here. I'm up at the Olympic Park where they did host the opening ceremonies here. And there's a guy that travels the world making shows bigger, better, more extravagant. You may be familiar with his work because he was actually in Sochi where he made a lot of great memories and even made a new friend. At the Olympic Stadium in Pyeongchang, South Korea,
a long haul.
U.S. resident Neil Dreyer is a long way from home.
Very long way from home.
Working in the 2018 Winter Olympic Stadium to get the opening ceremony off to a flying start.
Well, I do what's called theatrical automation. So, flying performers, flying scenery.
If you watched the 2014 Winter Olympic opening ceremony in Russia, you've seen Neil's work.
It was a massive show with a lot in the air at any given time.
A place where he made great memories and a great friend, adopting one of those Sochi dogs and bringing it back to the States.
I had to name her where I found her, and that's Fished, which was the name of the Olympic Stadium.
And while he likely won't adopt another pet in South Korea,
I've been advised against it by my family and friends.
Neil says he's putting on a great show.
Every country does a show that represents them.
And like many residents in this country, working to make the Olympics amazing.
And I think this is going to be a really enjoyable show.
Sarah, Russ, it's kind of a long time for me to be away from home for the month of February, but Neil actually got down here in November and won't leave until March. By the way, opening ceremonies, I am in the future, as you mentioned, by 14 hours. It's a good one you're not going to want to miss tonight here on NBC.
I was going to ask you about that, Will. It is the future, and you were sworn to secrecy. I understand you cannot tell us anything about it, but you said you did give it a thumbs up. How exciting is it? How would you describe it?
Well, there's a lot of great moments in it that you're going to want to watch, and I think I'm okay by not revealing anything by saying, I know I've said before I'm cold. I will never complain about being cold again, guys.
Ooh, all right. There's his hint. Thank you, Will. Have fun over there. Be careful.
I'm going to hold you to that, I believe.
Thank you.
It's going to be fun to watch tonight.
The Olympic coverage will change our afternoon lineup here on Channel 3 over the next 2 weeks. Ellen is going to air at noon, Days of Our Lives at 1 o'clock, Dr. Phil at 2, and then NBC's Olympic coverage begins at 3. And beginning Monday, you'll see Channel 3 News earlier as well, starting at 5 o'clock through 6:30.